So a lot of people just end up purchasing a Netflix subscription and never actually learn any of the settings or things you can do with the service. So today, that's what I'm going to teach you. We're going to be going over some of my favorite settings that can help you out and also some advanced tips and tricks you might really like if you already have a Netflix subscription. So if you have one, this is the video for you so you can actually learn how to get the most out of it. Now, like always, if you enjoyed the channel, make sure to subscribe down below. I do weekly tips and tricks like this just to try to help you guys out and really teach you how to save money on streaming services and learn how to use them just like this. So trick number one is something I would say probably 50% of you know, but some of you definitely don't know how to do this. Now, it involves utilizing this search bar right here and also this handy website right here. Let's ignore this ad at the bottom. Called Netflix codes. Now, Netflix codes are essentially secret codes that we can enter into the search bar that are going to bring us to any of these categories right here. So instead of being stuck with just action movies, for example, you can find Asian action movies or classic action adventure or hijacking movies. So the code for hijacking movies, for example, is 20541. So if we head over to Netflix and we type in 20541, this is going to bring us to any movie that is related to hijacking. Now, this is not always 100% accurate. As you can see, some of these movies probably aren't hijack related, but there are going to be a vast majority that are pretty accurate. So you can actually work your way through these codes and find ones that you really like. There really are hundreds of them. And it's going to give you even more content instead of being stuck with whatever algorithm Netflix serves you. So that's trick number one, a pretty nice one, and it's very simple and you can use it on any device. So check that one out. Trick number two is probably going to be the most useful out of everything we go into. Now, after this, we're going to talk about the different settings that we can adjust. But this one is really great because, as you know, Netflix that you purchase is geo-restricted to the country you buy your subscription in. So you can see here it says top 10 TV shows in Canada. Now, the reason for this is because Netflix licensing rights sometimes are on a country to country basis. So the content I get in Canada is not necessarily always going to be the same as what you get in Australia or the US or the UK. So you're kind of stuck with whatever's in your country, but there is actually a way around that. There is a way to change this Canada to say US, South Korea, UK. And so what we can utilize is this handy tool right here, which is a VPN. So for example, if I want to change my Netflix subscription to South Korea, we can go ahead and connect my VPN to South Korea right here. Give it a second to load. And once it says connected, we can go ahead and refresh Netflix right here. We'll give it a second to boot back up. And now when we scroll down, top 10 shows in South Korea. And you can see there's tons of South Korean content now, which is going to be completely different. But if we want to change it up one more time, we can type in South Africa, for example, Johannesburg. We'll go ahead and connect that right here. We'll wait till it says connect in that top left corner. And once it says connect, we can minimize this, refresh the screen, and give it a second. We will now have content in South Africa. So you can see there's Young and Famous Africans. There's tons of shows that are specific to that region. Now here it is, top shows in Africa. So completely different no matter where you connect it to. Now, a lot of you might already have a VPN, which is great. This is just another use for it. If you don't have one, I do have the hookup for you guys. So link in the description is just upgrade guide link /IPVanish. You guys can click on it right here. I always have it as my first link in my description, and it's usually pinned in the comments. And they actually have a crazy deal right now where you get over 80% off. It's only $2.19. You can purchase it right here. Once you have your account, just go ahead and download the app on your device. Mine's on desktop right now, but it works for Fire TV, iPhone, PS5. Do they have VPNs? I can't remember. Anyways, there's ways to connect it. Super cheap, guys. 30-day money-back guarantee. There's other offers if you want, but this is the VPN I use and recommend, so totally up to you guys which one you want to go with. Now, I want to start by going over profile settings, and to access this, you actually just have to go in the top right. I suggest doing it on desktop because it's a little bit easier, but just click on this Manage Profiles options right here. Now this brings you to this big settings page, but what we're going to focus on right now is adjusting our profile settings. So this is actually mine right here. So if we click on my profile settings, and it brings you to this page right here. Now, the first thing I want to show you is profile lock. So when I go to my Netflix, let's pull up a fresh page here, and I exit my profile, it's going to bring me back to my main page of profile. Well, when I click on my profile, it asks me for a PIN, 6767, and it unlocks. So profile lock is a handy way of keeping your kids or spouse or whatever, maybe you're Netflix cheating on your wife, and you watched a show that you were supposed to watch together, well, you can set this pin on so she actually can't look at your account. And to actually use the pin, you need to adjust it using either an email code that they'll send to you or just by confirming your password. So it's really easy to adjust, and this is a really useful tool if you want to keep people out of your main profile, but you still want them to be able to use their profile and log in. Now, some of these we aren't going to go over, like languages, because, you know, if you want to watch Netflix in another language or change your subtitles, you probably would have already figured out how to do that. I think most people want to use that. But parental controls is actually really cool how you can restrict different settings. So check this out. So inside of parental controls, you get this scrolling bar right here. And this allows you to adjust the rating in terms of maturity. So all the way down from youth up to youth 7, youth G, PG, PG-13, TV-14. So when we save it to Y7, and remember, this is profile specific, we can go ahead and click save here. Oh, you can also enter any show or movie titles. So for example, if you type in Love is Blind, and you can restrict that show from being seen at all. So if it's just a specific show or movie you don't want them to see, you can go ahead and just type in the name and then click on it, and that will ban it from the Netflix profile. But if we set our profile parental settings to TVY7 and click save, just like this, and now we go back to our Netflix and we refresh it, watch what happens here. This is going to totally restrict most of the content, and this is the best way to kind of get a kid's profile where you can change the restrictions over time to content that is fully restricted to just them. You can see we got Pokemon, Beyblades, all sorts of cool content. And a lot of people don't know that you can just change that inside the profile and completely adjust it. Playback settings is a really useful one. I don't know if you ever booted up Netflix and like front trailer starts playing right away. I always find that annoying. You get blasted with sound you don't want. Well, you can actually turn off autoplay right here, and that will make it so no previews play. Even when you're hovering over top of the tile, nothing will play. I find that super useful. I hate having that on. And then you can also turn off autoplay next episodes. Now, one of the major reasons you would turn this off is, say you're watching on your TV or on your laptop and you like falling asleep, but you don't want it playing after you fall asleep. Well, this way just the episode plays and then the next one won't. And that way your laptop can go into sleep mode after a period of time as well, and you're not wasting any power consumption. Now, the last thing you can do is adjust data usage per screen. And this is gonna affect the video and audio quality. So if you don't have unlimited data, you can go ahead and just set it to auto and it will adjust it. But if you have low data, for example, we can change it to low, medium, or you can always keep it maxed out. And you can see at high, you're using up to 3 gigabytes per hour of HD. So we're not even talking 4K. 4K uses a lot more than that. 4K, you're using close to 7 gigabytes for Ultra HD. So it's really interesting how they adapt and change all these settings. So pretty cool. Actually, one really cool thing you can do inside of Profile is check out viewing activity. So if you have kids, you can actually see exactly what they're watching here, even if they try to hide it. You can see, you can check out the ratings that they made as well, and you can go all the way back and also download it. So if your kids are lying about what they're watching, this is a great way to actually see. And of course, if you want to hide your viewing history, you can also hide it right here if you prefer as well. But you can see we can continue to scroll, and it's going to show us our history all the way back for a while here. You guys can get a glimpse of what I've been watching. A lot of nerdy stuff, but I like it. And again, this is all checkable directly through your profile settings. So pretty cool. So after Netflix got rid of password sharing, and they've made it so you can add extra people to your account for a fee, They also added this transfer profile option. And so you can take any of your profiles. So for example, here's my sister's, and you can transfer it to its own separate account. So this way, if you have been sharing your password for years, and I know, trust me, I hate that Netflix got rid of password sharing, you can at least still keep your profile and like all of the watched content and recommendations if you don't want to start from fresh. Now, I really don't care about this, but some people are going to like that they can at least have a backup of this. The downside is if you do use Netflix games, save games will not be included in any backup copy, which is kind of lame. But it's just a little trick that you can do and at least gives you a little bit more leeway if you do have to finally fork out and get your own Netflix account. Now, we're not going to go over too much inside security, but there is this one feature called feature testing. And what this does is Netflix will basically use you as a guinea pig. So if they have any new settings or different features that they're trying out, you can turn this on and they will kind of shift your experience. And now you'll have options inside of these brand new experimental features that Netflix are playing around with. It's not a big deal, but you might get something cool that you get to try before anybody else. So maybe consider turning that on. That's pretty much everything for today's video, guys. If you enjoyed it, make sure to hit the subscribe button right down below. Thank you for all you guys that check out my channel all the time. And I'll see you guys later. We got some big videos coming in the new year. So bye, guys.